So I came up with an idea. Got a piece of glass from the junkyard, tried out some LEDs, and cleaned it up. And then I went and printed the signature out backwards on purpose. I wanted to trim that up. Put that there, tape it on there, and then just etch it. Use that to trace it, and that's the product of that. But then I want to take a step further with the LEDs. And so what I did was I cut out the bottom of that rubber there and then put in the LEDs and sealed it back up. I pulled out the quarter window, put the new one in, and yes. Oof. Ooh. 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 It glows. The signature glows in the quarter glass, and that is just one of the sickest things ever. Okay, so this actually goes really crazy. It really does. This is, yeah. 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 My whole vision this morning when I saw this in my head was that, you'd be going down the street or whatever, and you'd be like, huh, what is this? Because it really does kind of like catch your eyes, So like, you got your headlights up there, you got your taillights back there, but then there's just this weird light right in the middle. And you look at it, it's your boy. Let's talk about what you just saw. So I actually did that back in March of this year, 2020. And the idea behind that is, I kind of spoke about briefly, that you could kind of recognize in the dark that was my car. There are a lot of different things that BMW has begun to implement that I really like, and Audi kind of took that torch from them. I mean, they kept it, they borrowed the idea basically, but the idea that you could recognize a BMW at night from their design features. So with the E34, they hadn't done it yet with, because they didn't have the halos or anything like that, but that quad headlight and the L-shaped taillight is pretty iconic. The fact that you could see that at night, that was really the first way to tell, like, oh, that's a BMW up there, as opposed to just having red blobs. Once they put the L-shaped taillights in, or they went to the cellus rods in the E39 and the halos in the E39 as well, and then pretty much from every car moving forward, you could tell that was a BMW. And so what I was going for, again, with my signature idea in the side, is that most cars don't have lights in the side at all. Unless it's going to be like a limousine where it's required after a certain length to have the orange light in the middle of it, you're not going to see any light in the middle of the car at all. So it's definitely put in a place where there's a lot of, I guess artistically speaking, there's a lot of negative space to be used, especially since it's at night. There's not a lot going on lighting wise in the middle of the vehicle. And so as opposed to doing underglow, as opposed to doing anything of that sort, I want to take a unique approach to it and go for something that as a concept already exists. It exists everywhere. You see it in the little crystal things that people engrave the insides of with LEDs underneath that. You see it in restaurants, you see it little menus and stuff that they have where they take LEDs and light up the side of the glass. That's the edge lighting is not new. The first time I saw it implemented into a car was in BMW's G12 7 Series, where I did the panoramic sky lounge. They took the same concept, just etched a little design into the glass and then put LEDs on the side of it. The etching catches the light, and that comes down to you as the passenger, and it's a great time for everybody involved. But I haven't seen anybody else use that concept since then. So I wanted to take something that was already implemented elsewhere, but just kind of put it in the middle so that you could really see that car, in whether it's my E34, whether it's any other car that I have in the future, you'll be able to tell that that's my car. Just like with the L-shaped taillights, you could tell that it's a BMW. Just like with the strips that Audi was doing back in like 2007, 2008, you could tell that was an Audi coming at you. Well, now at night, in case you weren't sure from the L-shaped taillights, or you weren't sure from the headlights, if you had any other doubt in your mind that may not be a car that I designed, you see that in the quarter window, you're gonna know it's mine. So that's really where the inspiration came from. It was, again, just seeing something that already existed and implementing it in a new way. If there's anything else that you guys have questions about or what have you, I mean, definitely let me know in the comments below. If there's any links to the LEDs that I used or the engravers, anything like that, I'll let you know. Of course, tell me what you want to see more of. If you've seen something on my website, if you've seen something on one of my cars, the pictures I take, or whatever that you have questions about, like I said, definitely let me know. We can create content around it. Of course, like and subscribe to the channel so I can keep putting more of this stuff out. I definitely plan to. I've been collecting content for quite some time now, so I just want to put everything together. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys.